Hello. Okay, it's Glance. So I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna take my gloves off. But I don't know if you're ever, renting and you have some like windows. And see, I've never really had this before, right? This is an old house that is pre 1900. And I'll show you some stuff. But this is an addition that I guess was put on at some point with the house, right? And it's like a little porch um enclosed, right? So I have, and there's blinds, and blinds to me are hideous. Okay. So I wanted a way that I could do something where I could keep the light in. I'm really not going to touch these that much. And so what am I going to do? Well, at the thrift store, I found a roll of this, it's like paper burlap, right? And it's red. It's this paper burlap right here. Okay. And and so I decided that I was going to, because it's paper, it's so easy and light to work with. And I went to the Dollar Tree, or wherever you can go. And I got um, I was looking for them. I got those double-sided foam stickies, right? They're like little, I get the Gorilla Glue, okay? And they're double-sided foam stickers. And right up here on the top of um, the window, where the blinds are, there are these little metal things, little metal clips that hold the blinds in. So what I did is I cut my paper, right? My paper burlap, whatever. It could be called ribbon, whatever. And I cut it, and then I put a double-sided sticky thing on each one of those. I cleaned it off, with some alcohol and put those on right there. I pulled my blinds all the way to the top, okay? Because nobody really looks in here, and at night and stuff like that, I'm not really concerned about having these completely covered. Now, if I wanted to, I would just hang my curtains, around here. But for the most part, I just wanted something to cover the windows and, and also just give a little bit of shade because this room can get really hot during the day because this is that's a southern exposure and this is an eastern exposure. And then over there, I have a northern exposure. So, or wait, yeah, this is southern. That's right. So anyway, it can get a little bit hot with these two windows, and also on this window, I do not have a screen and I don't want to, you know, there is a hornet's nest right in that gutter up there. I don't think you guys can see it. But this is a really old house and stuff. And so because there's no screen right here and I don't really want those. I think it's just a bee. Um, I'm really not that scared of them, but I did get stung the other day on my toe and I was like, what in the world? And it hurt for like a few hours. So anyway, um, I wanted a way to do something here. Now, because this is an older house and this was an addition, I think these windows, for whatever reason, it seems like they're a tiny bit smaller than this window for whatever reason, right? But anyway, I did the same thing. I or took my blind all the way to the top. Now I can put my blind down here, but I like the sun coming in, some of the day. And I wanted something that just was really, it flies with the breeze, and it looks really cool. And it's not, it's the easiest thing in the world to take off. And it's going to be wonderful, just to have something that covers it, in the winter time and stuff like that. Anytime. And he pays electricity here, thank goodness, because I tried turning the heat on when it got cold the other day and I didn't feel it come on. And I was like, uh-oh, that's crazy. But the lights and everything he pays for, the gas in the kitchen for the range and everything he pays for. So that's wonderful. But this is a really simple way to, if you're in a rental and you have any windows that, I just, for me, blinds are just, ugh, especially in an old, beautiful home like this. I mean, this, I can't even tell you guys. I mean, this has, and I'll show you because I have no furniture in it yet. I haven't gotten my furniture from storage, but I have a fireplace right here, that's amazing. You know, it has, so this is really considered a closet. You know, I have this whole, all this space back here is a closet. This is where all my makeup and stuff is. I'm going to put my makeup table in here because of the light, right? And then this is my bedroom. And I have this, you know, red ceiling, which at first I didn't really think was a good color, but to be honest with you, it really makes it look nice and big. And then, you know, when I was in Manitou Springs camping for a month, I was like losing my mind with boredom kind of. And so, and I was laying out every day and stuff. And so there was so much wild flowers and wild stuff everywhere that I started making wreaths and I started selling them up there. Manitou Springs is a really interesting little place. It's considered the white witch or Wicca capital of the world or something, or the United States. It's a very interesting place. And I live about 10 minutes from there now, right? And the place I live now is it's big old beautiful houses from pre-1900, from the 1800s. Okay. And it's just absolutely, I just love walking my dog around here and stuff like that. I mean, this house over here, this house next door, um, you know, I mean, it's just, this house is just gorgeous. This is a single family home, right? I don't know if you guys can see it because there's some scaffolding here. But I mean, this is their yard. Um, let's see. Maybe that's a little, it's really hard to see, but it's an old, um, you know, plantation basically looking house. I mean, it's just the fence around it. It's got an all brick, gorgeous, you know, big, huge fence around the whole entire thing. And this house I'm in is on the corner. So, you know, it's been converted to an apartment building. And I think that there are, I'm going to say 7 apartments here. Okay. And there's a studio right across the hall from me where you come in the back. And I'm in basically a 1 bedroom, but the 2 rooms are almost the same exact size. So my kitchen and living room are, you know, in the next room, and I'll show you guys that in another video. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.